Since 2016, the Marinduque State College highlights the celebration of the Civil Service Month by honoring, recognizing, and celebrating the exemplary and sterling accomplishment of its employees in their respective units and offices through the annual Dangal ng MSC Awards. As our organization navigates and adapts to the new normal, we further utilize available technologies to ensure the health and safety of everyone. Hence, the holding of the first virtual Dangal ng MSC Awards. Let us mark this milestone in our college's history by seeking God's guidance and protection through a doxology to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. Thank you very much. Now on its 5th edition, the Dangal ng MSC Awards has transformed MSC employees to the kind of branding that it showcases, serving beyond excellence, which it pledges to continue throughout the years. Through an AVP from the Office of Media and International Affairs, let's take a quick look at the Dangal ng MSC Awards from the past years. To deliver her welcome remarks and official message on the occasion of the 5th Dangal ng MSC Awards, please acknowledge the current OIC President of the College, Dr. Vernaliza L. Capino.
This year, we mark the 120th anniversary of the Philippine Civil Service and at the same time, the 5th Dangal ng MSC, which centers on the theme, Public Sector in the Age of Digital Transformation. The theme reflects the challenges we face today, the new industrial revolution or Industry 4.0, the threats brought upon by the pandemic, and the changes it brings in the way we deliver our services. These transformations are part of what we all recognize now as the new normal. Digital transformation will integrate technology in the different areas of our society, in culture, education, businesses, lifestyle, and in the government. We realize now that technology significantly improved most of our services and transactions in the public sector just in the past few years. It provides ease in doing business and, most importantly, addresses the ever-changing needs of our stakeholders. The threats caused by the COVID-19 pandemic intensifies the need for an immediate digital transformation and bring forth the new normal right to our doorstep. With the situation at hand, what did we do? We answered the call. We supersized our capacity to learn and adapt to the situation, and we changed ourselves. A true testament to what we are all celebrating today, ang Dangal ng MSC. Transformation and change reminded me of a celebrated Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist, Viktor Frankl, as he said that when we are no longer able to change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. The same responsibility and opportunity are given to us MSCians, who shared the most significant contribution to the attainment of the goals of the college. When we allow the challenge to change us, we are unknowingly allowing solutions and more possibilities to counter the change. To transform successfully, we must welcome challenges and setbacks with a growth mindset. Today, significant transformations are happening to the public sector, to civil servants, and to our dear institution. 2020 is firmly testing our capacity to adapt and bend for survival, resiliency, and development. Let us counter it by exploring other possibilities to sustain excellent service. In recognition of the showcased strength and resiliency of the MSC workforce to deliver quality service and excellence, I am now officially opening the Dangal ng MSC 2020. Together, let us be one by living up to MSC's mantra, to serve beyond excellence. One MSC, one university, one journey. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Capina. This time, we shall be inspired by the words from one of the strongest partners of MSC. Please acknowledge CSC Field Office Director Jacinto C. Mateo III.
Dr. Bernalisa L. Capina, OIC President, Marinduque State College, distinguished members of the Board of Regents, faculty members, non-teaching and administrative personnel, esteemed guests, women and men who comprise this great learning institution, magandang buhay po sa inyong lahat. On the occasion of the 120th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary and in behalf of CSC Chairperson Alicia De La Rosa Bala and CSC Region 4 Director Karin Litz Pizerna, malugod ko po kayong binabating lahat ng mga natatanging lingkod bayani ng serbisyo publiko. The Dangal ng MSC Awards has been institutionalized as an annual undertaking of Marinduque State College to give recognition to outstanding public service exemplars, mga natatanging lingkod bayani who have elevated the quality of education to Marinduqueños and have excelled in the respective fields of endeavor. I remember last year's Dangal ng MSC Awards held at the Marinduque Convention Center where the women and men of MSC, the distinguished guests, were all elegantly dressed in gown and coat, where in the middle of the affair, a sudden blackout rudely interrupted the festive occasion, but did not dampen the spirit of all the attendees. This year's affair is no different from last year's activity as far as showcasing the accomplishments and achievements of our officials and employees. The only difference lies in the way of giving recognition via virtual awarding rights, a first in the history of MSC, no thanks to COVID-19. Notwithstanding the new normal we are currently facing, the fact remains that MSC will continue to discharge quality education and quality service to Marinduqueños in the years to come. In closing, I would like to congratulate all of today's distinguished awardees. Naway pag-ibayuhin pa natin ang serbisyo publiko sa ating mga estudyante, sa komunidad at sa buong probinsya ng Marinduque. Mabuhay po kayo, mabuhay po tayong lahat, at magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat po.
At this juncture, we shall give way for a distinguished individual to speak on this year's theme, who will share his thoughts, wisdom, and experiences. And this person will be introduced by MSC's Advocacy Officer, Ms. Janine Aline Ablabican.
Our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, may have come from humble beginnings. His father was a janitor in a public school, and his mother, a magtitinda ng mga kakanin. But his life story is a record of success, built on academic excellence, hard work, and continuing education. He graduated from our Mother of Perpetual Soccer Academy in Torrejos as valedictorian and graduated from the Philippine Normal University with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Education as magna cum laude. He has 3 master's degrees: Master of Arts in Development Education from Stanford University, Master of Arts in International Education Development, and Master of Arts in Curriculum and Teaching from Columbia University. He moved on studying and finished his Doctor of Education from Columbia University. Still, he went on to undertake postgraduate studies and educational leadership at Harvard University and University Management at Georgetown University. He was also board member of the Philippine American Educational Foundation, a Fulbright Commission in the Philippines, the former chairman of the governing board of the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, Regional Center of Innovation and Technology. He was also the chairman of the UNESCO National Committee for Education, the first chairman of the Board of Professional Teachers of the Philippine Regulation Commission, director of the Bureau of Higher Education, now CHED, of the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports, Regional Director of the National Capital Region of the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports. He was later appointed Undersecretary for Programs, Projects, and Regional Operations of the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports, and then much later, he became the 8th President of the Philippine Normal University, his alma mater. Later, he served as Commissioner of the Philippine Regulations Commission. He has been awarded several citations and scholarships, such as the Fulbright Hays Scholarship, Columbia University Visiting Fellowship, Altrusa International Foundation Scholarship, Donald Tewksbury Scholarship, Heft Scholarship, World Council for Curriculum and Instruction Scholarship, and the Project Milestone Award, all at the Teachers College and Columbia University. He was also awarded the Ford Foundation Scholarship at Stanford University and the U.S. International Visitors Program Scholarship at Harvard University and Georgetown University. In 1997, he received the Excellence in Educational Management Award from the Philippine Council of Management and was cited Most Outstanding Educator by the World Family Institute Incorporated and Most Outstanding Marinduqueño for Education. In 2011, PRC honored him as Most Outstanding Professional in the field of education. Last January 25, 2018, he was conferred by the Asian Leaders Administrators, Deans, and Educators in Business the Most Outstanding CEO Global Education Award. He also received from the Philippine Normal University the most eminent alumnus award in February of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, former commissioner and currently the president of New Era University, Nilo L. Rosas.
Ako'y nagpapasalamat sa pagpakilala at sa pagpapakilalang ginawa niya ay natutuwa ako sapagkat nalaman ninyo ang bahagi ng aking buhay na ako ay isa lamang galing sa isang maralitang angkan sa Torrijos at nabanggit niya na ang tatay ko ay isa lamang school janitor at ang aking nanay ay isa lamang magtitinda. So binuhay kami ng aming mga magulang bilang school janitor sa Torrijos Elementary School at ang nanay ko ay isa lamang magtitinda ng tira-tira, bula-bula at iba pang mga kakanin sa harap ng Torrijos Elementary School. At bilang panganay sa 7 magkakapatid ay katulong ako sa pagtitinda ng tira-tira, bula-bula kahit na nung ako'y high school na sa OMSA, sa Armado Perpetual Soccer Academy. At pinagpatuloy ko ang pagiging panganay sa pagtulong sa pagpapaaral sa aking mga 6 na kapatid. Ang 3 ay naging nurses na at pawang nagtatrabaho sa bansang Amerika at ang 2 naman ay naging doktor. Isa doon ay isang cardiologist sa Makati Medical Center. At ang isa naman ay naging engineer at nagsilbing isang inhinyero sa telephone company sa bansang Saudi Arabia. At yun ay ginawa ko habang ako ay nag-aaral ng aking master's at saka ng doctorate sa Stanford at sa Columbia University. At tumulong ako sa pagpapaaral sa kanila sa paano ko ginawa yun? Sa pagiging janitor, bartender, security guard, dishwasher, at iba pang maaaring mapagkakitaan. At yun ay pinadadala ko sa aking mga kapatid upang gamitin sa kanilang pag-aaral. And thanks God that they are all professionals now. What I'm trying to underscore by saying a part of my life is to inspire those who are also in the same socioeconomic status as our family. Just like our family, that I always believe in the adage that poverty should never be a hindrance to one's success. At ang ginawa namin ay ganito. Hindi muna ako nag-asawa at hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin nag-aasawa sapagkat I do not like to see my father forever a school janitor and my mother a magtitinda. Kung kaya nga't ang ginawa namin na maaari rin yung gawin ay ang panganay ay huwag muna mag-asawa hanggang hindi napapag-aral, napapagtapos ang pangalawa. At nung ang pangalawa ay nakatapos na ng pagiging nurse, hindi ko siya pinag-asawa hanggang di natatapos ang pangatlo na siya rin naging nurse din. At then hindi rin namin pinag-asawa ang pang-4, ang pang-3, haba nagtutulungan kaming 2 para mapatapos ang pangatlo, and so forth and so on. So nagtulungan po kami. I would like to underscore the fact that poverty should never be a hindrance to one's success. And if I can do it, any one of you here can do it as well. So pasensya na for sharing a certain aspect of my life. So going now to my keynote speech, I hope you don't mind that I had to deviate a little bit from my prepared speech. I would like first to greet the Honorable Chair and members of the Marinduque State College Board of Trustees. And I would like to underscore my greetings specifically to the outgoing or to the past, the immediate past President, Dr. Manny, who is now the current President of Romblon State College after her one-term stint here at Marinduque State College. And now, I also would like to greet our OIC President, Dr. Verna Lisa L. Capina, the Vice President for Administration and Finance, Dr. Diosdado P. Solueta, the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, and Training, Dr. Maria Edelwina Blase. I also would like to greet the former President, Dr. Romulo Malbar, and right now, the BOT Secretary likewise. I'd like to mention a very hardworking Board Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Maria Morena, the faculty members, the deans, staff, and students of your beloved Marinduque State College. I also would like to acknowledge the presence of our local officials, guests, and organizers of this event. Isang maalab na pagbati sa lahat ng lingkod bayan ng Marinduque State College na ating pararangalan ngayong gabi sa ating sama-samang pagdiriwang ng ika-120 pagkakatatag ng Serbisyo Sibil ng Pilipinas na may temang Philippine Civil Service at 120, Public Sector in the Age of Digital Transformation. Masaya akong masaksihan ang MSC ay patuloy at aktibong nakikiisa sa pagdiriwang na ito sa pamamagitan ng isang proyekto na pinasimulan ni Dr. Manny, ang pagbibigay pugay at pagbibigay parangal sa mga natatanging mga dekano, dekana, profesor, mga estudyante ng institusyong ito na nagbigay ng karangalan sa MSC at sa ating bayan ng Marinduque. At itong mga pinararangalan natin ay tunay na dapat ikarangal at ikilalanin sapagkat sila ay nagtataglay ng galing, talino, kahusayan at potensyal. And I'm sure that many of our students and the other staff and the other personnel, including the professors and deans, should continue this particular project that was started by President Manny to give due recognition to those who deserve to be given such honor because they have contributed something and to serve as models to other students that we have at Marinduque State College. Hayag na hayag ang alab ng paglilingkod ng buong MSC mula sa pamunuan ng Board of Trustees, iba't ibang tanggapan, kolehiyo at kagawaran. Sumasagisag sa pangunguna ng inyong OIC President Dr. Verna Lisa L. Capina. Angkop na angkop ang tema ng pagdiriwang sa taong ito ng Philippine Civil Service dito sa inyong institusyon, kung saan bukod sa pagiging magalang at maaasahan sa pagganap ng mga tungkulin, taglay ninyo ang kahusayan sa paggamit ng teknolohiya upang patuloy na makapaghatid ng mabisa at mabilis na serbisyo sa bawat mamamayan, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga mag-aaral, sapagkat they will be the future graduates of this institution who will likewise serve the government and also the private sector and give pride and honor to our beloved MSC and our beloved province. Sa katunayan, ang virtual na pagbibigay parangal na ito ay uukit na sa kasaysayan hindi lamang sa inyong kolehiyo, kundi sa serbisyo publiko ng Pilipinas dahil sa inyong pagsisikap na maitaas ang antas ng paglilingkod bayan. And I hope that most especially those who are taking up teacher education, those who will become elementary and high school teachers, they will serve as models of values and good behavior to those who will be under their tutelage once they become teachers. And this will give honor not only to themselves, to their families, but to our entire province of Marinduque. Batay nga sa isang dalubhasa na manunulat na si Dr. Alvin Toffler sa kanyang aklat na sinulat na ang title ay The Future Shock, sinabi niya ang ganito, that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. In other words, ang ibig niyang sabihin ay that once we graduate, for example, from our respective institution, like MSC, we should really continue learning. That's why the Professional Regulation Commission has mandated that all professionals should go through what they call continuing professional development. And I am glad that Dr. Manny and the former presidents also underscored the fact that all our faculty members should advance themselves professionally by way of taking graduate studies and also continue learning even on their own. Maaaring mahirap sa simula, halimbawa ay may mga bagong inobasyon tulad ng online or blended education, subalit dahil sa hinihingi ng sitwasyon ngayon, kailangan nating pagbutihan alang-alang sa ang ating serbisyo publiko, ang ating pagsilbi sa ating bayan. Subalit paano nga ba maging lingkod bayan or public servants ngayong panahon ng digital transformation? Lalo na ngayong tayo ay namimighati ngayong panahon ng pandemya. My fellow province mates, panindigan natin ang pambansang dangal ng serbisyo publiko na angklado sa pamamahalang ang pundasyon ay integridad, pananagutan at kahusayan. At ito ay maaaring naikintal na ng inyong mga naging teachers sa elementary, sa high school, at ngayon ay binibigyang underscored by the different professors and deans and school heads and even the parents and the other administrative staff of our beloved MSC. That values that we hold most dear as Marinduqueños should be retained and should be passed from one generation to the next generation. Nawawala ang integridad kung malapit sa panunuhol at mga katiwalian. Hindi nakatutupad ng pananagutan kung hindi natutugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral at ng komunidad na umaasa sa atin. Kinakailangang maipasa natin itong mga values, behaviors that we hold most dear as a people, as Filipinos, as Marinduqueños. We should pass it on to all our students and also to our fellow staff members and fellow faculty members and fellow deans. Nawawala rin ang kahusayan kung hindi natin pinatataas ang antas ng ating paglilingkod ayon sa pagbabagong nagaganap sa kasalukuyan. Sa kabilang banda, nakatutuwang isipin ng isang kolehiyo tulad ng Marinduque State College at sa atin sa Marinduque na itinuturing na nasa pinakapuso ng bansa sapagkat alam nating ang Marinduque, ang ating pinakamamahal na probinsya, ay hugis puso na matatanaw mula sa mapa. Ang MSC ay patuloy sa pagsasapuso, pagsasaisip at pagsasabuhay ng serbisyo publiko or public service at ine-emphasize ang mga values na natutunan nila, na naituro sa kanila, ang integridad, pananagutan at kahusayan. At bilang isang taal na Marinduqueño na ginugol ang buhay sa serbisyo sa publiko, tulad ng pagsisilbi ko sa Department of Education for almost 27 years, and of course as a commissioner of the Professional Regulation Commission, and being a president of the Philippine Normal University, I did my part as a public servant. And now I am with New Era University, a private institution, because I have retired from government, and I enjoy very much my stay in this private university, the New Era University, because of its vision that we are going to produce, the institution will produce students, graduates who are steeped in the values that the Iglesia ni Cristo hold most dear, which is discipline, number 2, public service, and community service. At ako ay masayang-masaya dito sapagkat talagang tumutupad ng tungkulin ang lahat ng mga faculty, staff, at saka mga estudyante. They are very well disciplined, and there is that culture of excellence, and of course, their duty to their fellow men through public service, through community service. At lahat ay nagpapasakop, tumutupad ng tungkulin, at nakikipag-ugnay sa mga namamahala sa aming paaralan. Kaya sana ay maitulad natin ang ating mahal na MSc sa New Era University. At sana kung kayo mapapunta sa Kamaynilaan, I hope makadalaw kayo sa aming mahal na paaralan, ang New Era University, and you will be amazed by the kind of students that we have, and the faculty members have also the values of integrity, excellence, and service to humanity. Lalong-lalo na, at ito ang mga ikinikintal na mga values namin sa aming mga estudyante. Kaisa ako sa paghatid ng taus-pusong pasasalamat at mataas na pagpupugay dito sa mga taong pinararangalan natin ngayong gabi. Patuloy nawa kayong maging pamantayan ng paglilingkod, lalo na ngayon sa gitna ng pandemyang kinakaharap natin. Hindi lamang sa ating mahal na probinsya, kundi sa ating mahal na bayang Pilipinas, the only country that we have, at maging sa buong mundo. Lubos akong umaasa na sa pamamagitan ng pagunita sa 100 at 20 anibersaryo ng serbisyo sibil at pagbibigay parangal sa bawat kawani at saka sa lahat ng mga nagtapos dito na pinaparangalan natin ngayong gabi, ay patuloy na pagnilay-nilayan natin ang maaari pa nating maiambag o maihandog sa institusyon o sa ating bayan sa kabuuan tungo sa pagtupad ng ating layuning maging lingkod bayani sa lahat ng pagkakataon, anuman ang sitwasyon, partikular na sa bayan sa panahon ng digital na transformasyon. Muli, maligayang pagdiriwang at mabuhay ang mga lingkod bayan ng Marinduque State College. And again, congratulations to all the officials for really continuing what has been started by our beloved Dr. Manny, now running the Romblon State College. To all of you, mabuhay po tayong lahat. And congratulations once again to the honorees today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nilo L. Rosas, President, New Era University, and member, MSC Board of Trustees, for such an inspiring and challenging keynote address. We in MSC remain steadfast and committed in the delivery of quality services to our clients as we navigate to the new normal brought about by digital transformation. At this point, we shall present a plaque of appreciation to our speaker. The citation reads,
Marinduque State College, Tanzabuak, Marinduque confers this plaque of appreciation to Dr. Nilo L. Rosas, President, New Era University, and Private Sector Representative, MSC Board of Trustees, for having shared his valuable time, expertise, and insights as keynote speaker for the Dangal ng MSC Awards 2020 in celebration of the 120th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary with the theme Philippine Civil Service at 120, Public Sector in the Age of Digital Transformation, given the 6th day of October 2020 at Marinduque State College, Tanzabuak, Marinduque. Signed, Vernaliza L. Capina, DBA, OIC President.
Thank you very much. Again, Dr. Rosas. We begin this year's recognition with the loyalty awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, our 10-year loyalty awardee. This time, let's recognize the 15-year loyalty awardees. Now, we recognize employees who have rendered 20 years of service to MSC. We move to this year's recipients of Loyalty Award for 25 years of service. Now we present to you our awardees for 30 years of service. Congratulations again to our dear loyalty awardees. Professional development among faculty members and personnel is a priority area under MSC's 10-point agenda number 9 to pursue excellence in human and organizational development. In line with this thrust, the college has ventured into opening and searching for opportunities for our employees through scholarships within and outside the institution. Today, we recognize the employees who pursue their respective graduate and postgraduate degrees from different delivering higher education institutions. We begin with the employees who earned their master's degrees. Congratulations, Professional Growth Awardees, for earning your respective master's degrees. We now proceed to the recipient of Professional Growth Award. Congratulations to this year's Professional Growth Awardees. At this point, we shall present various minor awards for this year's Employee Recognition Ceremony. We begin with the Best Utility Worker. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Utility Worker is Mr. Erickson L. Malukong, Research Development Extension and Training.
We now proceed for the Best Support Staff Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Support Staff is Mr. Jerome M. Lope, School of Engineering.
This time we shall recognize the Best Technical Staff. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Technical Staff is Mr. Carmelo V. Olores, Office of Media and International Affairs.
We move to this year's Most Promising Administrative Personnel.
This year's Most Promising Administrative Personnel is Ms. Lori Ben B. Banyas, Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, and Training.
Congratulations! This time, let's recognize the Best Administrative Personnel. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Administrative Personnel is Ms. Desiree Ann M. Santo Domingo, Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, and Training.
This time we will confer the Most Promising Faculty Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Most Promising Faculty is Mr. Arwin Jones M. EPA, MSC Laboratory High School.
We now move on to the Best Faculty Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Faculty is Mr. Harvey A. Dulay, School of Agriculture.
Congratulations to our winners. We continue with the Best Unit Head Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Unit Head is Engineer Daisy T. Malapad, General Services Unit.
We now move to the Best Director Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Director is Mr. Raul J. Magkamil, Director, Office of Quality Assurance, Accreditation, and Evaluation.
Congratulations! Let's now proceed with the Best Dean Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Dean is Dr. Joy S. Montejo, School of Education.
This time, we shall award this year's Outstanding Extensionist. Here are this year's nominees.
The Outstanding Extensionist of the Year Award is given to Dr. Doreen R. Mascareñas, School of Agriculture, for the NIPA project.
Congratulations! We proceed with the Outstanding Research of the Year Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Outstanding Researcher is Dr. Randy T. Nobleza, School of Arts and Sciences.
Moving forward, we shall present this year's Best Extension Project. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Extension Project is Citizen Satisfaction Index System, or CSIS, Office of the College President.
Next, we have the Best Research Project. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Best Research Project is Project 1, Improvement of Productive and Reproductive Performance Nucleus of Marinduque Breeders. Project Leader, Dr. Arnolfo M. Monleon, School of Agriculture.
Let's move to the Most Innovative Employee Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Most Innovative Employee is Mr. Noel L. B. Mayores, MSC Torrijos Branch.
This time, we have a new award, the Best in Production Award. Let's meet the nominees.
This year's Best in Production is Ms. Hilda J. Rashon, Garments Production Unit.
This time, we recognize individuals who rendered extraordinary or heroic deeds or acts of service to highlight their selfless efforts to the community over and above the call of duty. Let's meet the nominees for the heroic deeds or extraordinary acts of service.
This year's recipient of the Heroic Deeds, Exemplary Behavior, and Extraordinary Act of Service Award is Mr. John Ryan Arley Anyo, Head, Health Services Unit.
At this point, we shall award this year's model employees. Here are this year's model employees.
This year's model employees are Ms. Ellen N. Clarion, MSC Torrijos Branch, Mr. Mark Nell D. Pardilla, School of Education, Ms. Irma E. Reyes, Office of the College President, and Mr. Edgardo R. Lelili, Security Services and School of Engineering.
Congratulations to our model employees. This time, we proceed to the Best Invention Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Invention is Rootcraft Chipping Machine by Miss Maria Lorraine El Pascua and Mr. Gilberto O. Manrique, School of Industrial Technology.
We move to this year's Best Scientific Breakthrough. The award is given to
This year's Best Discovery or Best Scientific Breakthrough Award is given to Dr. Doreen R. Mascareñas of the School of Agriculture for the discovery of 2 species of freshwater crabs in Marinduque.
We proceed to this year's Best Unit. Here are the nominees.
This year's Best Unit is the Office of Quality Assurance, Accreditation, and Evaluation. This time we will recognize the best performing academic program in the licensure examination.
With a passing percentage of 63.64%, this year's best performing program in the licensure examination is Bachelor of Science in Fisheries, School of Fisheries, MSC Gasan Branch.
At this point, we shall recognize this edition's Best School. Here are the nominees.
This year's best school is School of Agriculture.
This time, we shall present the special awards for our colleagues in MSC. First, the choices of the college's top officials, the vice presidents, and the president.
Here are the special awardees chosen by the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Julieta Q. Nabos, Dean, School of Information and Computing Sciences. Ms. Emilita Arodelas, Director, Guidance and Counseling Office. Ms. Sunshine L. Lugmao, Support Staff, Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs. This time we have the special awardees chosen by the Vice President for Administration and Finance. Ms. Imelda S. Manso, General Services Unit. Ms. Syra L. Mayores, Accounting Office. And Mr. Brian M. Lalo from the Bids and Awards Committee. Here are the special awardees chosen by the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, and Training. Mr. Reggie F. Mampusti, School of Fisheries. Ms. Christine May L. Nabos, School of Information and Computing Sciences. And Engineer Hil M. Magdululan, School of Engineering. Finally, here are the special awardees chosen by the College President. Ms. Maria Moreno V. Santos, College and Board Secretary. Mr. Adrian S. Mausig, Dean, School of Agriculture. Ms. Jolie Rose L. Lanchon, Program Head, Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies, School of Arts and Sciences. Mr. Marvin P. Plata, Dean, School of Allied Medicine. And Engineer Desiree T. Malalad, Director, Information and Communications Technology Services Center.
This time, we shall present a very special award in recognition of the tireless efforts and dedicated service by our former SUC President through Dr. Marian P. Katahayman.
The citation reads, Republic of the Philippines, Marinduque State College, Tanzabuak, Marinduque, confers this Leadership Excellence Award to Dr. Marian P. Katahaymani in highest recognition and appreciation of the sterling performance, distinguished leadership, and commendable efforts as immediate past president of the Marinduque State College. This citation further highlights the unswerving initiatives of Dr. Mani in leading the institution into greater heights and horizons by laying the foundation of MSC's internationalization, prioritization of faculty and student welfare, promoting fiscal prudence and enhancement of resource generation strategies, promoting excellence in instruction, research, extension, and organizational development, improvement of information and communications technology infrastructure, and advocating good governance, people and community empowerment, and for demonstrating professional behavior in discharging the functions and responsibilities towards serving beyond excellence. Conferred this 6th day of October 2020 at the Marinduque State College, Buwak Campus during the 2020 Dangal ng MSC Awards in celebration of the 120th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary with the theme Philippine Civil Service at 120, Public Sector in the Age of Digital Transformation. Signed, Bernaliza L. Capinia, DBA, OIC President.
We now confer this year's major awards, beginning with the Tanglao Award. Here are the nominees.
This year's Tanglao Award is conferred to Dr. Homer L. Montejo, School of Arts and Sciences.
Next, we have the Ulirang Kawani Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Ulirang Kawani Award is conferred to Mr. Carmelo Jomel A. Lial, Budget Office.
We now confer this year's Unlad Award. Here are this year's nominees.
This year's Unlad Award is conferred to Dr. Doreen R. Mascareñas, School of Agriculture.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the highlight of this ceremony, the conferment of the Dangal ng MSC Award 2020. The recipient shall receive a plaque and a cash prize of 20,000 pesos. The citation reads,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the highlights of this ceremony, the conferment of the Dangal ng MSC Award 2020. The recipient shall receive a plaque and a cash prize of 20,000 pesos. The citation reads, Republic of the Philippines, Marinduque State College, Tanzabuak, Marinduque, confers the Dangal ng MSC Award to, in highest recognition of the fine leadership and extraordinary determination to pursue outstanding performance in public service and consistent demonstration of exemplary ethical practices in promoting good governance, and for the outstanding achievement and magnanimous contributions to the attainment of the vision, mission, and mandates of the Marinduque State College, and for the unwavering commitment to service beyond excellence. Conferred this 5th day of October 2020 at the Marinduque State College, Buwak, Marinduque, during the 2020 Dangal ng MSC Awards with the theme Philippine Civil Service at 120, Public Sector in the Age of Digital Transformation. Signed, Vernaliza L. Capina, DBA, Officer in Charge, Office of the College President. The Dangal ng MSC Award is conferred to Director of the Human Resource Development Office, Associate Professor Nolito B. Ruiz. Congratulations! Ladies and gentlemen, our Dangal ng MSC Awardee for 2020, Associate Professor Nolito B. Ruiz.
Wow! I truly can't believe that I am really receiving this award. I really believe that it's one of the biggest surprises in my life. I consider this as the biggest gift before I retire. Because for me, an award is a recognition of how people appreciated what you have done in the past, what I have done in my work, what I have done in the lives of my clients, and what I have done and have given and contributed to the MSC as an academic institution. And for that matter, I believe that all the things that I have done in the past, all the hardships and difficulties now are erased. I thank God for all these blessings. God has been so good to me. For 30 years since I set foot in Marinduque, God has guided me, gave me the right direction, inspired me, and challenged me. And I really believe that God is with me always, as a person, as a public servant, and as a believer. I am deeply appreciating the contribution and the great help of the people behind this award. Surely I cannot make it without them. patting my shoulder, giving me the inspiration, reminding me of what to do, suggesting whatever I can do better. And I really believe that without them, I will not be here. They kept on challenging me. And these are the people at the MSC, the leadership, my colleagues, my friends, the students, and even people outside MSC. Because being part of MSC is not just a simple thing. It's an honor. It's a privilege. And for that, I will look up to these days or those days where I have been actively mingling with each and every member of the MSC family. I also would like to thank my family, Annie and Anna, for serving as my inspiration. There were ups and downs, but they kept me grounded. They kept my sanity. Because whatever happened in my previous life, they were always on my side. I have been working at the Marinduque State College for 30 years. Since 1990, I was blessed with so many things in life. I was given a new job. I established my family here. I have found new friends and companies who helped me through the years to become a better person and a true professional. The challenges kept me going on because this made me stronger as a person. I've realized my limitations as a person, but too, I was able to realize that God has given me the strength, not only in terms of skills, abilities, but in developing my character. I am sharing this award with all the other awardees in this MSC awarding activity because I do believe that receiving an award will boost our morals more to become better and better as persons and as public servants. I would like to personally thank the people who inspired me and who challenged me through the years to make my best. I would like to say thank you to the former MSC President, Dr. Mary Ann Manny, who showed the trust I missed in some occasions and believe that I can make better things if only I will have focus on what I'm doing. She developed my trust and confidence in my abilities and in myself. I would like also to say thank you to the present OIC President of the Marinduque State College, Dr. Bernalisa Capilla, for showing and telling me that as a leader, I can do more. How I wish I could stay for a longer time with her because I'm one of her supporters and I believe in her sincerity and in her leadership capability to lead MSC to become the next university in this part of the country. I would like also to say my deepest appreciation, express my deepest appreciation to Dr. Zulueta, my very good friend, Dr. Blase, Dr. Malvar, and the rest of the MSC leadership, past and present. I have been under 5 or 6 presidents and 6 officers in charge. These people really awakened me that anyone who believes in himself can contribute for the betterment of the lives of the community we are serving, especially the students, which I value very much. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, I really believe that there is reason to celebrate, and this is one. We are given this rare opportunity to once again gather here and celebrate. We celebrate the great things that we have done. We celebrate the past. We are celebrating the present. And we must celebrate the future. Because I really believe that MSC will stay forever. In my heart, in the heart of the Marinduqueños, and in the eyes of God. Because we serve in the best way we can. Once again, let me thank you for this great award. I will always remember this for as long as I live. And I hope that just like me, people will realize the greatness of our contribution for as long as we look at it deeply in our hearts and in our mind. Salamat po at magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much. And again, congratulations to this year's awardees.
Hail to the MSC, oh hail to thee, with loyal hearts to homage we try through the years we come today. Pray God to lead thy way, thy song in meekness bow their hearts, with faces up we stand to sing, oh hail to the name MSC, hail to the MSC, oh hail to thee, our beacon thy wisdom shall be, as light to guide us on our way, whenever we shall be. And when the Lord of land and sea call us to heaven, we still sing, oh hail to the name